The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
And we have liftoff. Hi, everyone. I am Maddox, the STE for Changeling the Dreaming, Stained Glass. This is episode... Cast help.
6 or 7.
Fuck if I know. I think it's 6.
Oh, God.
I work on story, not math.
Yeah, it's 6, guys.
It's 6.
Thank you.
Easy enough for math.
Look, of course the troll's the irresponsible
I
one.
know,
Look,
right?
Damn,
It's 6.
Welcome to episode 6 with myself, your ever magnanimous storyteller, and my lovely cast.
And I am McStabber, and I am playing Priscilla Rowland, who's also known as Esmeralda the Aishu.
Hi there, I'm Evie Eternal, and I'm playing Melody Rockwell, also known as Lady Embra the Sheed.
Hi everyone, I'm Cozy Core or Unconscious Celestial, and I am playing Eva Oakley / Ray Very, the Satyr.
I'm Gina Von Esch. I'm playing Honey Badger Swift because I can't remember the rest of my name. I apparently am a red cap with a troll.
Okay. That's been the most subdued I've ever seen you do it. But hello, everybody. I am the Revenus Archon. I get to play Oscar Holst, who is better known as Sir Ridari, the Manticore killer.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red, and I'm playing Blair Wilson, or Ace Duran, your Clericon.
And, oh boy, this group's been up to some planning. Plans and plans. The March Hare dropped off a ream of paper that actually all had information on it. Kind of crazy what happens when you get a socialite to get you information. And we start with 2 individuals pulling up outside the Brown Palace. Honey and Ace, you're heading through the halls back towards the service entrance and entering the main courtroom of the Freehold. Eerily empty. No nobles, no servants, no commoners, no chimera. As you walk through, your footsteps echo, even if you're not wearing shoes that would. And everything in the Freehold seems sharper. Everything in the architecture feels like it's actively trying to oppress you with its presence. But nothing seems to be stopping you.
Is this normal, honey? You're here more often than I am.
No.
Now that you think on it, honey, why don't you roll me intelligence? Screw it. I know this isn't the way to normally do it, but it makes sense. Intelligence and perception.
Sure.
Diff 6. Nothing crazy.
Not that I'm completely sussed out by any of this.
Ooh, yay. Piece of candy.
Tree.
3. It was hard to realize just as it happened, but the environment in this place has the environment in this place has changed. It's only because it's a freehold can you really tell any sort of intent that the building gives. But at the moment, it's almost like the building wants to control things. That's the vibe it's putting off, as it were. And it's been developing and sharpening over time, the architecture getting meaner. But until now, you didn't really notice a significant change until you suddenly looked up and went, oh yeah, that has been happening.
Being that we've killed the destroyed the phylactery, the thingy, would that have had any sort of reverberance within the freehold, being that it was connected to?
No, only because Ace's mother is the current freeholder, and therefore anything that is in her well-being, mental state, etc., is what would usually be reflected in the freehold, because freeholds often reflect their freeholders.
Well, this is fucking changing. Not good. She wants to control everything. She's controlling the freehold now.
What's changed? Why now? She's been in
Because
control.
look up, it seeps. It's not an instant. The longer that they hold on to it, the longer they turn around to form it into their sort of their idea, their dream, what they want to see. It's how everything that they want to be reflects in the architecture. Remember how when we were dealing with the Gwydians, it was a lighter, even though it was rolled by a Dantain, it was still a lighter kind of feel. It was balanced. It gave off like this equality. This is just, hi, you're my fucking bitch. I'm owning you. Take that.
No, I understand why a change is happening. This just seems like a pretty drastic change to occur so quickly, at least to be noticeable with nothing changing on her part. I wonder if she's done something.
Well, being that we have escorted your sister out of this place, she's lost control of something. She doesn't have one of her pawns, one of her pieces to sit around and listen. She doesn't have somebody to control. She's lost control.
Should we make sure she's not here?
Sure, even though I'm qualified to kill a nightmare because he is a Dantain and that's underneath my purview as a
No.
nightmare.
I meant because I feel like she'd cause problems for us, not because like you'd get in trouble for killing a Dantain. No, I mean, I feel like she has reason to be upset with us.
I don't know why. We did nothing wrong.
That literally contradicts what you just said. Everything you listed were things that we have done.
We've done nothing legally wrong.
You think she rules legally?
No, but the king does.
Yeah. But things have to escalate that far.
That's. I will leave it in his hands. I will not take any actions. Let's go see if your mom's here.
I mean, I can ask my
Sure.
family to see if they know.
Yeah.
And Ace will text their dad to see where their mom is.
Get a text back pretty quick. Was sent on errand. Last I heard, she had to see about something in the dreaming.
Ace will show the text. It's like, okay, well, she could be literally anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
In and out.
hopefully. Lead the way.
Sure. Oh, because I have that memorized.
Okay, I'll go. I mean, I just assumed you were in charge because you're the one that with the sword and wanted to be the one who was doing
Ace.
everything.
Ace. Gentle sarcasm to break big, huge, momentous moment.
Says
You
the
don't-
red cap who's naturally programmed to be bad at talking to people.
Yeah, to
Look,
the Cluricon, who's
I know,
like
right?
a former bard.
I mean, seriously, come on, man. Give me a minute. Jeez.
I mean,
And
we can wait if you need
No.
time.
Ace, I'm trying to relax you, not me. This
Yeah,
is
I'm not
something
doing anything, so I don't really
you're
care.
witnessing something. It's kind of important.
I mean, I am.
You've never done this before, have you?
No, but if we have to do what we discussed previously, I'd rather I be the one to do it.
Trust me, you don't want to do this.
I feel like I have to.
Let's go down and see. Let's go downstairs. Let's see what's going on. Make the call from there. How's that? Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Honey's already mentally now compartmentalizing and switching her mind, almost literally flipping a switch as she goes down, and she's kind of like almost going remote control, like putting her mind into a monster hunter, nightmare killer mode.
And as you both descend the staircase, heading down into the dungeon proper, as per usual from the last time you were here, the smooth walls turn to heavy, dark stone. Torches begin to be ensconced every several feet or so. And when you get to the bottom, sitting on a chair that is properly sized for him, is a troll in a black t-shirt and jeans and some decent boots. As he sits there right at the bottom of the stairs and looks as you both come down. What brings the both of you here?
You know why.
I don't.
You haven't talked to Sir. Honey is trying to remember Esmeralda's boyfriend's name for the life of her. Thank you. Junie and Honey don't remember names very often. Oh yeah, Sir Vincent.
I know of him.
Well, we kind of need to talk to the guy in there. So can we go and just talk to him for a minute?
I suppose.
I appreciate it.
Gosh, why are you so suspicious?
I'm a guard. What else am I supposed to do?
He's a troll. It's in their programming. Sorry, man. No offense.
I mean, I'm just looking around here and it's pretty dead, so
Perfect
I guess
time
good
for someone to get in and cause some havoc.
Oh,
but
no.
for being aware, I guess. I'd be asleep.
So not havoc.
I serve the freehold. If it is in danger, I must defend it.
That's valid.
So can we go?
And he nods, pulls his chair a little bit more into the doorway so it's not like an immediate exit. and then just leans his chair back and just watches you all walk down the corridor.
She'll walk down the corridor and head towards Dickface.
And you arrive to see him just sort of laying there on the cot type structure.
Kind of like how I remembered him. Well, let's get this over with. And she'll walk on over, going, "Hey, I need to talk to you for a minute. Can you come over here for just a second, please?"
You see breathing. His eyes look open, but he's not really responding.
Don't want to do this. I don't want to bully browbeat him.
I mean, hey. I don't think that we're going. I don't think we're going to have much of a struggle with this.
Oh, yeah, no. What do you want to do? Show some ankle?
Give me
Damn it. Where's the theater when we need it? Damn.
I can lockpick, okay? Give me a second. Ace goes to go pick the lock.
Mental note. Jokes are bad. Damn.
I just need to roll something for no particular reason.
You say that, and I just don't believe you.
It's not like Ace just said, I'm going to pick the lock really well.
I know, right?
Ace doesn't do subtlety.
Wait, what's subtlety between a Cluracan and a red cap?
You're both train wrecks. The only difference is one's covered in blood.
I'm wrong.
That's what those kits are engineered for.
Wow, just call us out on the internet, big guy.
Hey, I always get to call out on the internet. You're anonymous there.
Fair, but sort of.
So, I'll do that. And I'm looking at the abilities, and I honestly think the lowest one is that will do it is gimmicks from Legerdemain.
Just to have the lock turn on its own.
Yeah.
I can see that working. You don't need to do any rolls for gimmicks, do you?
I mean, I
believe you do.
Single powerful action changing only target per turn. Changing and focus for the former. Legerdemain.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. I misremembered what power this is. This is effigy.
That you're looking at?
Yeah, doesn't gimmicks provide an effigy?
No, gimmicks and effigy are different ones.
Oh, wait, I see now. As with effigy. Jeez, I can't read.
Yeah. So since it is a
gimmicks for precision, number of successes determines
precise is Legerdemain plus realm, plus the realm.
Okay. And I see no reason why that couldn't be done.
Okay. And then difficulty of for a bunk, Ace is just gonna like knock on the door in like several places like you're trying to find a secret to unlock a door.
-1, so I'll give that to you at diff 6.
And then it's also a freehold, right? So I mean,
yes, so one more, diff 5.
Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Always good to use magic in a freehold, folks.
7. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
With a wave of Ace's hand. And almost immediately it's weird. It's like a torch goes out. Oh, wait, no, there's a shadow behind you. As you both turn and see a troll with his arms crossed, leering over you both. I'm sorry, I don't recall giving you a key to that lock.
It was open.
Very well, then, and he will take out a key and try to move past you both to lock the cage again. Sets it into the lock.
Honey stops and says, "Stop it. Don't. Seriously. I'm not freeing him. I'm doing him a kindness."
And what would that be?
His phylactery was destroyed.
Good.
The Dantain will no longer be.
Good.
Are you going to let him linger and then let him come back as a Dantain in his next life?
That is not my decision to make, nor is it yours.
Mine.
As they're having this conversation, Ace is going to mooch the key.
On that one, I know there's a roll because you are literally taking it out of his hand. Let's see. Mooch, 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 mooch. Rome would definitely be fake because you're taking it from a troll.
Changeling, steal the trinket the old-fashioned way. The target can roll perception alertness if as a resistant to notice the item is missing.
And oddly enough, for unattended items, this power doesn't fucking work. You have to use it to steal, which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not reading like there's any roll on
my
his
end.
Yeah, it's just a quick thing for him.
And he's distracted because Honey's talking to him. I wonder what I guess just difficulty 8.
He got 3 successes. As you feel, Ace, the key start to pull towards you magically. And then all he does is flex his fingers and it stays there. And on that note, and he turns and relocks it. Hasn't taken it out yet.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the door. How is he locking it with me in the way?
Because he got there right as Ace unlocked it, not as you opened it.
Open it up now.
No.
I am Lady Honey Badger Swift of House Scatha.
Good for you.
She does outrank you, I'm pretty sure.
Fully browbeat right now. I ain't wasting time on this motherfucker.
Roll for it.
Doing it now. Am I doing charisma or manipulation? Please tell me.
It's intimidation. You know it ain't damn charisma.
I'd ask. And I get a -2 on my intimidation roll. So what is my difficulty, sir?
7.
And I'd like to spend a willpower point. And that would be a 4.
He doesn't look scared.
Okay.
But he's also not moving, just staring.
Jesus fuck.
Look, do you need us to call Vincent?
Honey's on the phone right now. Fuck it. She's done. She's so fucking done.
Rings twice and then Vincent answers. Yes?
Hey, I got this guy who won't let me in to see the dude. Troll, what's your name?
He doesn't answer.
Do you need me to find out for you?
Honey, on Vincent's end, you just hear, can you hand him the phone?
Fine. Answer.
He takes it Hello. Understood, you rat fuck. And he hangs up and hands the phone back. Grits his teeth, unlocks the cell, takes the key out, pockets it. And he turns and walks back down the hall. The last thing you hear him mutter is already dealt with as he goes back.
She'll go in and she'll check his pulse.
Oddly enough, he's conscious and stirring. He just doesn't seem to care about you being here.
Doesn't matter. She'll take out and it's a nice small little cold iron dagger. So make sure it's right up against his heart. In, out. No
He's
need to
not
lay it.
fighting you,
Of course
so
he's
you
not.
don't have to roll.
Do I need to roll banality?
You are a grump who just ended a changeling life permanently.
Yes.
So please.
I am rolling my banality. Okay. Do I have a difficulty?
In this case, it would be standard. Just make sure you tell me how many successes you get and how many temp points that will then earn you will be dependent on that.
1 success.
Give me 1 second to double check. Oh, wait, my apologies. As your storyteller, I've messed something up. We may need to redo that.
Okay.
Yeah, so sorry there, Junie. This was entirely my fault and I totally fucked something. Roll your glamour at diff 8.
Okay. Roll.
Would that be permanent or current glamour if we've used it? Just asking.
I believe permanent in this case.
Okay, that's
because
good.
it's just a very natural existence of being a living dream that somewhat bolsters and protects you from this crap.
That's a goose egg.
A failure?
It's
Or is it a
once-
botch?
Oh, there's 3 1s and a 7.
You dodged a very scary bullet because that's not a botch.
Oh, good.
I thought you said diff 8.
Oh,
Mhm.
fuck.
Yeah, that's no successes with a botch.
Yeah.
That's a botch.
How many ones was that,
Three.
Jenny?
3
Oh, wow.
and a 7. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fun.
Mm.
All right. So what's your current banality rate, temp banality at?
Permanent.
My permanent banality is 3.
3.
I have 4 glamour.
I really need to just triple check something so I don't screw you over in an unfair way.
Just in the regular kind of way.
Just in the regular kind of way.
No.
Okay.
This is intense, y'all.
Yep. And
I'm
here's
not
why.
sweating here.
And here's why a botch really sucks.
Yeah, no.
You first obtain a fresh point, not temp, but a fresh point of banality,
Mm-hmm.
as well as just the point. Okay, sorry. There's something worse that happens if a certain condition is met, but you don't meet it.
Oh, good. Yay, me. Huzzah.
So Ace, you watched Honey step in and with expert precision, without even so much as a fight put up, stabbed into the heart, stabbed out. Killian fell backwards, dying, dead. The second he did, you watched something about Honey diminish. An active weight. You've seen bits of banality through your sister, but it's different when it happens to a Cathane. And Honey genuinely seems a bit less than she was when she stepped into that cell.
Come on, honey, let's get you out of here.
Yeah, you might want to tell him it's done.
Ace, it doesn't even like respond to that. Ace just like guides Honey out and will take her to either like a comfortable like lounge, like a bathroom with like seating in it, like someplace quiet and comfortable.
Unfortunately, that's not really something you're going to find too much of in the freehold. Would probably be easier just to head out somewhere else at that point, honestly, because this place seems less and less comfortable as time goes on.
Do you need a second?
I just need to get out of here. It hurts. I've gotten through pain before. I mean, you saw me lose a shoulder almost, but this hurts.
Yeah, you aren't doing this again.
Unfortunately, it's not mine to control. It's what I was made for.
You control your own destiny. Let's go.
Tell me that later.
As you all walk, you see that the troll is now sitting back at his original spot, not under the archway again. He's just sort of going through and checking a smartphone right now. You also see that there is a crack in a wall with a sort of vaguely fist imprinted shape in the center of it. And he doesn't seem to be acknowledging either of you.
Honey isn't saying fucking all. She's in pain.
Ace is going to be a dick and just be like, thank you for your hospitality as they're walking out.
Rotten hell. And he doesn't say anything else.
And he goes, already there, guy. Don't worry, it's not fun. And she'll go upstairs.
And you both make your way out of this dreaming forsaken freehold. Let's have a shift in terrain, shall we? A swirling blur of lovely Colorado air, sometimes cold, sometimes hot, swooshes over two women getting out in very schmancy garb. Vray and S.
Mm-hmm.
Would you both like to describe what you're wearing?
Yeah, a lovely pixie gave us the lucky nickname. And we scored some amazing dresses on serious clearance, dead stock clearance. And S is wearing a burgundy silk velvet spaghetti strapped dress that comes down to mid-calf. She has accented it with vintage pieces from her grandmother's collection. She has a black mink coat to keep warm. She has ruby and diamond earrings. She also has a ruby pendant that has an emerald, a large emerald in the center. All set in gold.
Is Jali with you?
She's leaving him at home tonight. She doesn't want his smart mouth.
He would have been disappointed because he said, oh man, I picked out a bow tie I was going to eat halfway through as well. All right. And Vray, what about yourself?
Gray is definitely wearing a dark green like A-line dress, but not too poofy or anything like that. Just the sleeves have a little bit of poof to them. Or shoulders, like I should say. And her horns, she actually has a green amulet style, not a necklace, but just kind of like an adornment that she is wearing. But that is the only jewelry that she has.
Less of a necklace and more of a hornless. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is Vincent picking us up for dinner, or are we meeting him there?
Meeting him there. His schedule is not at a point where
understood.
He can pick you
So
up.
we're going to meet him there. So we get in S's vehicle and we head over.
And it's a rather swanky little part of downtown. Like, it's clearly stuff that's more for like high-end apartment buildings, but it's not an especially banal building that you two have found yourselves pulled up in front of. And only about half a minute after you've disembarked from your vehicle, I'm assuming the two of you carpooled,
Mm-hmm.
A car does pull up directly in front of yours, parks, shuts off. The passenger side opens, and Vincent steps out, and he gives a quick look around before smiling when he sees you, S, and takes very long strides, not loping, he's a she, but long strides to get over to you, where he then sweeps you off your feet in a quick spin hug that is a bit tight, and then he sets you back down. So very good to see you.
Good.
I genuinely think you're going to enjoy this.
Fantastic. I look forward to it.
And not to worry. And he points, and you see had gotten out of the driver's side, was now getting something from the back of the car, is Doug. And he's holding several trays in his hand on top of each other. I found an old recipe from one of the local boggin and felt compelled to make it. It sounded rather interesting.
Exciting.
She also wanted me to say hello. Her name is Doris.
Yes, Doris. Practically my adopted grandmother.
There's very few Cathane in this world that I have heard only good things about, and Doris Walker still remains to this day as one of them.
Yes, she's amazing.
Now then, would you both like to head inside?
I think so, and she looks to Bray.
You done?
Now, and he does pontificate a little as he walks you through the building. With Doug not seeming to be worried about all the weight on his arms, he seems to be carrying it rather well.
He's a stout thing. He's fine.
He's a gardener. They're used to dealing with bullshit conditions.
Yeah.
Now, she, of course, and he hits the button for the elevator, is in the penthouse. And normally there is a kitchen, as well as I believe she has some staff that she pays. But for the most part, and he waits for the doors to open, and he steps in, encourages everyone in, then makes sure the door's shut. Lady Amanda is ambitious.
You don't say.
As many nobles are. The unfortunate part comes from the way that she is ambitious. Have either of you had much dealings with House Ailil? No, he didn't say that. With House Ailunid?
Not particularly.
They tend towards obsession. Specifically towards knowledge unobtained. Secrets. I can't say what will pique her curiosity. It could be something innocuous that suddenly sparks a whole thing, or it could be something truly unique. My only request is we all do our best to try and keep her somewhat on track.
Agreed.
And she did surprise me with this on the drive over, but she has invited another guest of her own.
Well, I love meeting new people.
To her description, he said he simply arrived in town later than the others. But she would not tell me who, what, or why, because the House of Secrets loves keeping secrets more than they love learning. The elevator finally dings. It is a rather significant building. And he heads over to a magnificent set of doors, Doug following behind you both. He gives 2 knocks before simply opening, and it does open on its own. And inside is a very, very well, what's the word? Not upholstered.
Appointed,
yeah. Where the layout for furniture is perfect and you're pretty sure follows some sort of feng shui. The walls are painted a color that perfectly complements their shape. Everything looks big while cozy at the same time. Excellent lighting. Whoever designed this penthouse was a marvel. And standing just in the space directly in front of you both are 2 she having wine. Lady Amanda, with her lovely curled dark hair with the flecks of gold shimmering through as always. Same with her eyes. It's a very rich, dark brown to her eyes with bits of gold shining in them. She has a very simple dress, dark navy blue, straps across only her right shoulder, and then trails down and just barely the corner tip of the skirt almost touches the ground. Standing next to her is a man in a very fine vest. It seems to almost be a slightly different shade of burgundy to your number, Esmeralda.
Mm-hmm.
Although it also has a chimerical quality to it, where the burgundy seems to shift like drifting sand dunes. And then he has, of course, a simple black undershirt, no tie. It's open at the top like my shirt here, and then some simple black slacks and dress shoes. He also has a rapier at his side, as well as lighter brown hair pulled back into a loose ponytail. Oh, similar to your storyteller. Go figure. And sorry, I'm just realizing all these things about these characters. And just very soft blue eyes. They're not intense. They're more like eyes that you'd see for someone who has a lot of care. You've kind of experienced similar eyes looking in the mirror on occasion.
Hers are green.
But the vibe's the same.
The vibe's the same? Okay.
They both turn to you. They both... first, Lady Amanda glances towards Vincent, gives an acknowledging nod, and then sweeps her arms out, still holding the surprisingly full glass of wine in her hand. Welcome to my wonderful penthouse. I am so delighted to finally meet some of these infamous Kithane that Vince keeps talking about.
Thank you, Lady Amanda, for the invitation to dinner.
Of course. And before I am any more rude to my guests, may I also introduce... Apologies.
That's okay.
May I also introduce Lord Vale, Ap Fiona. To which he gives a tilt of his head, downs half the glass of wine. Wonderful to meet you.
Pleasure. I'm Esmeralda, and this is Revari.
Fantastic to meet you both. And he'll actually turn and look at Vincent. Not to rush, but I did hold off on eating too much before. Could we maybe get started? And Vincent nods and directs Doug towards a lovely dining room set, where he then starts dishing things out onto plates and all that.
Is there like a coat rack or a coat closet
There is both.
Okay. So she will actually place like her purse and her coat. She'll take it off and hang it on the coat rack and wait for Vray to do hers as well. And then we will walk together to the table.
Ray does not have a purse. She actually has a hidden pocket under her dress.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say a hidden pocket under my fur because I'm a satyr.
But I will say that this is the first time Vincent has ever seen Esmeralda show any shoulder, ankle. She's usually covered pretty much from shoulder to toe. And he can see her clothing isn't touched by dreaming, but she does have on her left shoulder a ceremonial tattoo that glimmers gold with glamour.
As how many dots of perception alertness do you have?
I have 4 dots on perception and alertness. I've got 2, so total of 6.
Yeah, that's enough.
And
for
I'm
you to
detail oriented.
That's enough for you to notice that Vincent's being polite, but there is the occasional
side glance.
Yeah, he keeps it classy.
Uh-huh.
He's a she, but and everyone sits down. You see that Vincent has made schnitzel,
Fantastic.
breaded, fried, chickeny goodness, as well as various toppings for those who would want it for whatever such reason. And for a few bites, they don't say anything before Amanda takes another fortifying sip of her wine, sets it down. Thank you both for attending this dinner. I do not host others like us often. I am often entrenched in human affairs more so than anything else.
Yes, I hear you're quite proficient with real estate.
One could almost say it's like magic.
You don't say.
I'm going to also try a different strategy with you two than I would with others I would make deals like this with. I am going to be upfront. There's active effort in those words.
S doesn't say it, but her thought is, Jesus, don't give yourself an aneurysm trying.
It was like watching a puka try to tell the truth. Yeah. It was about that level. She that took it out of her just to say that.
Yeah. It's just like, she's keeping the very pleasant expression on her face, but her brain is going about a mile a minute trying to make sure she can outwit this fucking she.
Yeah, she's unfortunately one of the political houses.
Yeah.
And as you would also see just from the same checks before, Vincent is also now tapping just his left middle finger on his knee. Probably just like as a quick nerve like response, just like fuck, how do we deal with this already? Why is she pulling this crap already? I desperately want the banality to stop.
Don't we all?
That organization is responsible for the unmaking of a very dear chimerical friend.
I'm very sorry.
Her eyes get misty and only true Hollywood special effects can manage.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no tears trickling down her
and
face.
And S was genuine when she said that. So if she's reading S like S is trying to read her too, she would see that was genuine. That S truly is sorry that happened.
And while House Ailil seems to be taking the molasses approach to these investigations, actual competent houses are doing better elsewhere.
Indeed.
I have also heard that you've been in contact with the March Hare.
Yes, a few times.
Then truly, I'm not sure how much more useful the information I am going to provide will be.
Well, you never know.
And truly, I only managed to get 2 things out of that organization. And she reaches down under the table and takes a manila envelope and just sort of gently flicks it over to you.
She takes it, opens it, and looks at what's inside.
As you both glance inside, you see... sorry.
Mhm.
Coughing
You're
really
okay.
does interrupt me.
Sometimes lungs revolt. It's fine.
Yeah, they are revolting. It's disgusting. As you look inside, it's only 2 slips of paper, really.
Mhm.
One has a sequence of numbers.
Do they look familiar?
You could surmise it could be a passcode.
Okay.
It's a bit of an odd, setup for how many numbers are in it, but it follows that sort of arbitrary, random numerical stuff.
Okay.
And then the other one is also a password, but clearly a different kind of password, because this one is words and specifically says computer password above it. The password is blank slate, all one word.
Interesting.
She gestures first to the numerical sequence. That is an alarm code.
Good to know.
Input it as quickly as you can.
I'll advise the ones that are going.
The other one is a computer password for the site director.
Interesting choice of password.
I thought so too.
Can I roll something, maybe, to determine what would have inspired that password?
Yes, actually.
I'm an A-shoe, and I kind of do inspire folks a bit like a muse, but maybe I can ascertain what inspired this creativity.
Yeah, I think you can. Let's do wits empathy.
Okay, I will spend a willpower.
Certainly. And while we're waiting, dear audience, I must say there is some lovely Jamaican slang in the Zoom chat right now.
That is 4 successes.
4 successes. Yeah, oddly enough, you know exactly what was intended with that writing. It's a prank.
And S
That
starts
password was
laughing.
chosen as a joke. You can easily see it.
Yeah, she starts laughing. As she looks at the password. And then she looks up at Lady Amanda. He did it as a joke.
I should
is now
say,
peeking over. What? What joke?
I should say that password was lifted from his personal computer. And through my sources, they said that the password was programmed from said personal computer. However, when the password was first input, he was at home cooking dinner for his daughter. So someone else input that code.
It was done as a joke.
Well, someone has a good sense of humor.
Indeed. Indeed. All right. Well, thank you. In return, I can tell you what others are doing. Speaking of, as people around here seem to call us, the Notley.
I have heard such things.
And S kind of chuckles at that. It's cute. But Lady Embra, Lady Honey Badger Swift, Sir Radari, and Ace are planning to do a rescue operation. They have elicited allies beyond Kithane. We've had some dealings with others. So, it is likely, now that we have this, to be done very soon. Rayvari and I will be securing a safe haven, as it were, at my freehold. And I will be giving a performance unlike any they have ever experienced. Word has been getting around about the day Lucifer slowed.
I had heard rumors. I assumed it was you because I don't know many other Ishu in town at the moment.
It was me. And I haven't told a single person who wasn't there how it happened.
And Vincent very casually says, no, she has not, and takes a sip of his wine.
But I will tell them the day they are rescued.
Something to combat the banality.
Yes.
Smart strategy.
Thank you. I have my moments.
Everyone does. Would you need any more assistance from me?
I don't believe so. This is actually valuable to those going in. And I understand that the place itself, she looks to the gentleman from House Fiona. Lady Embra is of your house, so of course she's going in. But most...
I would expect nothing less.
Exactly. But most of your kin should not. The banality is very strong. My companion scoped it out.
Sorry, your ST got temporarily run over by a car. Anyways. That seems for the best. I wish that I could attend personally. I love a good raid. Unfortunately, I am still rather new to town and feel that diving headfirst into such a banal place may not be the best first impression.
Absolutely. I understand. I believe they will have enough with the allies involved to be able to extricate the prisoners quickly.
I did have something of a new mission for her.
Who says this? The Lord?
Sorry, that would be Lord Vale.
Vale. Would you like for me to tell her to contact you?
He actually reaches into a pocket and takes out a business card and hands it over.
I'll ensure she gets it.
Oddly enough, the card is that he is a consultant.
In what? Usually consultants list what they consult on.
It just says consultant.
Fantastic. And she looks at it.
Not all she are all like strict on protocol.
And she looks at it and says, "A man of mystery. I like that." And she puts
Or I just know many topics.
perhaps that too. And she laughs and puts it in her bag.
And Lady Amanda leans forward a bit, Vray. She looks at you. I understand that members of your Tregos have also been missing.
Yes, 3.
I'm very sorry. That is a horrid thing to experience.
Just when I was getting comfortable too.
Isn't that life amongst the dreams? Then may I wish you all the goodwill that is necessary to get your family back.
Thank you.
And I would like to, unprompted, share a small something with you. There is, screw it, a loathsome oaf who parades through court on occasion. Claims he's Scottish, but I hear no brogue to speak of.
So do go on.
He has ranted about you several times when drunk. I didn't know that there were satyrs who couldn't hold their liquor.
Ray is doing everything she can to not just like bust a gut laughing.
And frankly, his pack of sycophants following him don't help. Be wary. The things he says, the way he speaks. His house are not known for their tenderness or care.
That I can concur.
He seems to stretch beyond that.
Has he said anything of note? Or just...
Mostly just drunk and rambling, this bitch, that, etc. Most have been ignoring him because we don't like hearing the opinions of drunks. If he were sober, maybe more would listen. But at the moment, he's not ousted. More so... a metaphor to work with this. The weird cousin that no one wants to invite to the party.
Well,
but turns up anyways.
If you would like to one-up him, or at least put him in his place during one of these, just quip at him, and why are you so concerned over the goings-on of a commoner?
Oh, several have said so to him. And
okay.
And he comes up with an excuse. Oh, no, but this commoner's special. Oh, yes, we're sure she's special to you.
How the... I don't even know how or why he's still so hung up like this. Like,
oh, that's easy, dear. He's a narcissist, and you were his supply. And you left.
But this was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You'd think he would have found somebody by now.
Oh, I'm sure he has, but none are quite like you.
The problem with filling a void is that voids are often infinitely shrinking holes, and therefore you can't fill something that's always empty.
That part.
I do truly hope that things go well for you with that. House Leonon is not the most deadly enemy you can face. They are unfortunately more capable than one would wish them to be.
Well, as long as it's only drunken ramblings for now, I'm not worried.
Would you like to be kept updated if it becomes something more?
If there's any inkling of planning, I'd love to hear it.
She passes you, Vray, a business card. And she has it's clearly her own real estate company. It says Premium Realty because she named it. So, of course, it's going to be boastful. And for most of the rest, it is a fantastic, if not entirely casual dinner.
Mm-hmm. And then once we are leaving in the elevator back down, Esmeralda will look to Vincent and says, "And I know I haven't told you the story. If you wish to hear it, you'll be at my place, helping to set up for the influx of individuals coming. And be there to hear it yourself, because I'll only tell it once."
He takes a quick breath, leans over and gives you a peck on the cheek, leans back. I wouldn't miss it. To which Doug, no longer needing to carry trays, just yawns. I would.
S just kind of elbows him gently.
Oh, you gotta watch out. Pit bulls are vicious. I could snap at any second.
Ooh, I'm terrified.
And he does the tongue lolling out from his enormously wide smile.
You know, pit bulls were family dogs forever, so you know.
Eva is just like doing everything to not like scritch this man.
I know, because S almost
like,
she almost reaches to scritch him and then she retracts.
Almost like it's really hard to take Puka entirely seriously because some of them are so fucking cute.
I know. It's a pit bull. I'm like, come on.
Honestly, full admit to the cast, crew, and viewing audience, Doug is entirely me just saying that the pit bull ban was fucking stupid in Denver.
Yes.
Anyways, back on track. You both get back out to your car. Vincent, make sure that you drive off before he and Doug take off on their own.
Mm-hmm.
There is a telltale heaviness around downtown, not banality, and certainly not like the strange buzzing buildup of the incident. But it's almost like something is anticipated.
You feel that?
Yeah, it's daunting.
No. It's more like the holding of breath, waiting for something to happen.
And on that ominous note, we drift to a bar, a very modern style bar, The Shelf. We're pulling up outside, I'm assuming probably from their own vehicles, are two nobles, Embra and Radari. As you both arrive at The Shelf, there is a lot of street parking already taken up. You sort of had to park a bit further and then walk back towards the bar. And it has a sign on the door that says, temporarily closed for private event. But you all find the doors willing to turn, so you walk in and are almost immediately met with, God, I'd probably say 20 Kithane. All different kiths, creeds, seemings, courts, a whole mix. All commoners as far as you each know. There are people sitting grouped at tables mostly, each with pitchers of water and glasses and all that, snacks laid out. And without you noticing, suddenly Daniel just sidesteps in front of you both. Hey, I gathered up who I could.
This is fantastic.
Sufficient for what you were asking?
This is better than I imagined, Daniel. Thank you. And I'll clap him on the shoulder.
Well.
Yeah,
You've done well.
Fucking, hey, happy to help. These were all the people who didn't slam a door in my face when I asked. So I only got about half of who I thought I could bring over, but still better than nothing.
Yeah. Thank you. I can see now why I wanted you to be my squire. You did good, Daniel.
Maybe someday. Would you both like refreshments?
Yes,
Water
please.
is fine.
You as well, my lady?
Red wine.
He reaches behind the bar and just takes out a tray with a glass of red wine and a glass of cold water and hands it both to you. There you go.
Beautiful. Thank you.
It helps when I can make things before they're ordered.
Well, Oscar.
And you don't need to worry about sound equipment. When the bar doesn't have music playing like this, I promise people will hear you just fine.
I'll take a sip of the water and then kind of...
And Daniel will, while you're getting settled, throw his fingers in and whistle to get everyone's attention before he then also just takes a seat at an available table and gives you a nod like, go ahead.
I'll startle. Like Oscar, for as big as he is startled because he wanted to just kind of like let everybody come down naturally. But he kind of spits a little bit of the water back into his cup, puts it down on the stool. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you all for coming. We appreciate this. And I'll motion to Lady Embra.
We do indeed appreciate it. I'm going to lean over to Oscar, snap my fingers, and blow into his ear and cast flicker flies.
Okay. Do I need to do anything?
No. That was
perfect. I'm okay with this.
It was a bit of a rushed bunk, but that's understandable given the situation. But only a -1 diff on that, Embra.
Alrighty.
And then here, that's Summer, correct?
Yes, it is.
Sweet.
Fancy.
I love it when I remember my powers correctly. Flicker fleas. All right, first, Embra, I have to ask, do you have Fae?
I do.
Do you have Seen?
I do.
Oh, then you're fine. Because you only need 1 dot of each, really, to affect these. These are all healthy commoners, and it's just a rather large room.
Very good. Very good. Very pleased to hear that.
And what emotion are you trying to put into these flicker flies?
Righteous anger.
God, this fire's getting a bit big. Here, hand me that kerosene.
Oh, you think we're done? Wait till you come back to me.
It sparkles. There are little chimerical fire lights, like fireflies, but less substance, drifting throughout the entire bar, practically. The commoners nod in appreciation. You can tell some of them are sort of just like, yeah, the she's gonna get it over with. But for the most part, they're at least respectful.
Well, thank you all for gathering here. on such short notice. It is sincerely appreciated. Now, I know that there have been whisperings within the city, problems that haven't been solved by our intrepid new rulers in the Duchess.
There's
House
already
Aileel.
boos and shouts and jeering when Aileel is mentioned.
I'll hold up my hands just to calm everybody down.
They listen. You're a troll. It's hard to ignore a troll.
Also,
As
if it's going to help Embra, I'm going to spend the glamour and willpower point. I'm going to invoke the weird.
Ooh.
All right. You bring your seeming to the forefront. Congrats, Radari. You are a troll in troll's clothing for once.
Yeah. And I'm just
Embra
kind of like,
suddenly, as much as you know how tall Oscar is, suddenly his height is equally represented on the Autumn side.
My.
but
Now.
no motion for her to continue.
As I'm sure many of you are either somewhat or fully aware of, many nobles have been hiding the fact that Kithane have been disappearing in our city.
Plenty of nods in the crowd.
Doing nothing about it.
House Aileel moves at a glacial pace to solve this problem. Whereas Houses Fiona and Gwydion and of course House Scathage, have decided to take a different route. We're going to deal with the problem directly.
Personally.
You see, we have gotten solid information on where our friends and family are being held. Many of you might have seen white vans that have been trawling and traveling through the city. Those are the vehicles responsible for stealing away our brethren. And they all lead to one singular place.
Beleferon.
The Beleferon Institute. Now, we have reason to believe that they are specifically targeting Githane in order to rob them of their fey seeming, to crush the life from them, leaving them a husk, normal, as they would put it, I'm sure. Sane.
There is a very loud, ear-piercing screeching noise towards the middle of the crowd. And you all see Malice, Redcap from the Corby of Season 1, has dragged his fingernails so deep into the table he's sitting at that he's left grooves. You're telling me that Snarl and Fright, who have been missing for 2 days now, they can't do anything without me. Gnarl's dumber than a bag of hammers. And Fright's fucking old. And he just drops back into his seat. A couple people around him, pulling him into hugs.
This is what we need. We need you to be angry, but we also need you to look out for each other. We are not going to ask you to join us in our assault. You've sacrificed enough. But if you can spare the time and the help, as Merelda has given her freehold as a place to gather everyone once we succeed. Because failure is not an option.
From a different area of the room, a hand goes up.
Yes, speak freely, friend.
Where you guys see a puka girl, maybe 25, 26, floppy white ears, poofy, curly white hair. You guys have seen sheep. And she just gives a little smile. What about when you get everyone out? What
I'm
will
so
you
glad
do
you
next?
brought that up, my friend. You see, our initial plan was a simple smash and grab, but that would still leave the Institute open and freely able to recover. And I think, and I'll point towards Oscar, we both realize that that is not an option.
No.
This heinous abuse must be destroyed from our city.
Outright.
Okay. I'm sure there will be no consequences.
One step at a time. We have requisitioned help from those who are not Kithane in an attempt to overwhelm whatever security they might have to get our brethren out. But, and she'll look back towards Oscar, if word spread among the Kithane that, say, there was a situation unfolding tonight in front of the Institute, who's to say that, well, things don't go especially wrong and the Institute burns to the ground?
I'll bring out a couple of boxes of chalk that I brought with me and just put them on the table in front of me. If you are so inclined to draw doors with chalk, who's to say that a door inside might not lead us out? This is not a bunk that I can do alone, but together we can ensure at least we have a fighting chance to get out.
The same puka girl raises her hand again. You have considered the banality, right?
We have.
Can you get out despite what you'll be in?
One way or the other.
We have help from friends who are not affected by banality. It will either be quick and clean, or slow and bloody. We are prepared to pay either cost.
Are you allowed to tell us who these allies are?
Some of you may know of what lurks in the forest. Friends, not unlike us, but not like us. Those who wield immense strength.
From the back of the crowd, I think she means the werewolves.
I'll nod.
Indeed. Any who have come across them will know that they are certainly nothing to mess with. And certainly more than capable of getting into a building like this.
Puka girl nods. They really like my clothing. And she just leans back.
Some of you may know that when the explosion of glamour happened, one of the facials that came into being was Brindle.
That is the first thing that's gotten Because with Embra, everyone went real quiet
Mhm.
once the explanations came.
Yeah.
That's the first one where life gets back into the crowd. Even Malice, who is still doing his best to wipe away snot and tears, is suddenly like, wait, what the fuck did this troll just say? As he's like trying to get all the tears away. Unfortunately, no matter how much, his eyes will always look bloodshot because he is a red cap.
Yeah. And though they are still coming to terms with who they are, they trust me. And if asked, I will bring Brindle's staff to show you that we are doing everything we can to help. No avenue will not be followed, no favor will not be asked.
This seems like as good a place as any. Would you both please roll me?
No.
Oh.
I believe it would be charisma. Fuck, there's too many World of Darkness systems. Would it be persuasion in this one? Expression. No, I think it's
I have
expression.
leadership with inspiring as a specialization.
If you would like to alter it to charisma leadership, go for it.
Yeah, it's expression in this
Oh my
one.
gosh.
Yeah.
And then Oscar, expression or leadership, your choice.
Leadership, because I actually have a point in it.
Okay.
I have many, many dice to spend.
Yeah, I have 3, so please roll higher than me.
Oh, I assure you I will.
Oh, and this will be after all the things that have happened, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to say for difficulty 7.
Does Flicker Flies count to lower that?
It did.
Oh, all right. Well,
There's a lot of commoners not really wanting to listen to nobles right now.
Yeah.
that is totally fair.
I mean, S kind of told you.
It's like S is like, guys, it's an uphill battle for y'all. But so far, you're winning.
Difficulty 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And
No
between the
ones
two
or
of
tens.
you,
Okay.
between the two of you, we need at least 2 successes.
I got 6.
Yeah.
Oscar, what'd you get?
I got 0 because 1s exist.
Unfortunately, but it was just a straight failure instead of a botch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? Since I invoked the weird, I'll spend the glamour
Go for it.
and I'll reroll my dice pool.
Yeah.
Hey, much better, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's 3 successes.
Yeah, you both know. They're hooked on this plan. They all like it. Even the ones that were crying are now more resolute.
Will you
And there's a
come with
serious
us
edge.
and take back our friends, our city, from the clutches of these evil, monstrous humans?
And there is a response of a very loud cheer. You were saying, Oscar?
We are not asking you to do something you can't do. There are options if you want to help and you don't want to go with us to the institution. So don't feel like we are setting you up for failure. We wouldn't be here if we didn't believe in our plan.
A different hand goes up.
Speak.
And you both have seen them around. They're some of the knockers that go and frequent the Best Inn. Oscar, you only recognize them from the one time, but there's like 5 of them all sitting in a row. And there's one who seems a little chipper. His hair's, well, as close as knocker white can get to being blonde while still being clearly something that just went through an electrocution. And he's got some very simple, slick overalls, and he goes, "Those vans you mentioned, they still around, out and about?"
Why, yes, I believe they would be.
And And he'll just turn and with the most, I already know the answer smirk. Weren't we in the market for some car parts? I think we might have just needed something. Gosh, if I could just get a quick demo team together, it'd take me about 10 minutes. I'm sure that group could start losing some vans.
I think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
You see a couple of satyrs walk over and start saying, yeah, we'll help. And people naturally start breaking off and delegating their own tasks of how they feel they should help. But you guys can see there is now a decent haul of activity.
Yes.
And from there, I believe we'll take our break.
All right, everyone. We'll be back in 10 minutes. See you then.
Guess who's back? Back again. Look who's back. Tell a friend. No, I'm not going to use the actual meter because I don't want any sort of risk of a copyright anything. Hi, everyone. Yep. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of episode 6 of Changeling the Dreaming Stained Glass. When last we left our heroes, emotion. Lots of emotion and intrigue from a quick dinner date between Esmeralda, Vray, and basically just 3She.
I mean, there could have been better dinner company, but it wasn't bad.
They didn't act like nobles in the slightest during that.
No, they
dinner.
were fine.
They were very upfront because they're like, yeah, no, this is kind of horseshit. As well as Honey learned just how hard reality can smack you when you take a life with cold iron. Just as Ace and Honey also learned that sometimes trolls have really good hearing. And of course, Embra and Oscar inspired a shitload of commoners.
How many exactly were there?
There were 20 commoners minus Daniel in that space.
Okay.
And we told them to tell their friends and tell us to meet us in 3 hours. I believe would be a good time for us to start.
Oh, God.
And then I tell Esmeralda, hey,
incoming.
Sorry, there's going to be a lot of people coming. There's like a lot more than we thought.
And immediately S is calling Doris in a panic and is like, oh my God.
To which you just get a sigh in here. I'm on my way. Don't panic. And then she hangs up right after saying, don't worry, this will be nothing. Click. Because Boggins are just as arrogant as she, just in vastly different categories.
And then
Perfect.
S basically sends out a text to Vincent, 3 hours. It's story time.
Horse emoji, thumbs up emoji, fire emoji.
And she
He's
looks to
starting to
Pray
use
and is like,
emojis.
let's get things prepped.
Jali also asks where he can help.
And she will direct him.
And he listens. He's giving a bit of lip, but he's giving lip as he's doing it, so you can't really
She is in the
complain.
headspace of, oh my God, she's not even paying attention. So
And you can tell he's probably more just doing it out of habit right now. And yeah, setting up a triage center, hostel. There's a lot of things this freehold's going to be for a little while. And I know that there is like a library and a sitting room and all that, but
there is a quieter lounge area that is separate from the circle. The circle itself is a large room that has the balefire to the side, and it is very comfortable. There's also an outdoor space where there is a deck that outlooks over the rest of the freehold that is basically a perfect late spring day all the time.
okay. And as things are getting set up,
And there's rooms if they need to sleep.
oh, of course. Really, just if they're in the condition you guys are expecting them to be, this place is even if they're not near the balefire, just being in a freehold will help. So it's definitely a good start.
Mm-hmm.
And Doug has already stepped out into your actual backyard and suddenly comes back in a bit later with huge bushels, yes, bushels of medicinal herbs. And just begins sorting and stacking.
She'll help him with that because she knows quite a bit about herbs.
Before Ember and I separate so I can go pick up the staff from Madeline, I want to take her aside and just kind of open my duffel bag to show the axe head. Lady Ember, if I could take a moment of your time before we separate to do our things.
Of course. What is it?
I hold one of my hands, palm up.
An axe head.
If I could have your hand.
I'll place my hand down on it.
Okay. All right. Turn it so it's palm up like mine. And then with my other hand, I'll just slide it across the top of the axe head, some little line of blood. And then I'll clap it on top. I swear to you, with the dreaming as our witness, I will not leave you behind. And if I have to sacrifice myself so that all of you can make it, I will. But all of you are my priority. This I swear.
You both feel the ripple as the dreaming acknowledges the oath.
Yep, and I put a point of glamour into it.
Damn right you do. And yeah, it's even more weighty because this is a troll's oath. They get sick for breaking this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But I also need the +1 to strength and the extra health bucks. So you know.
Your oath is accepted, Radari.
Thank you.
And she'll place her other hand on his palm. We can do this.
I believe it. Then I'll bandage my hand and go off to see Madeline.
All right. As you arrive at her place, the door opens, and it is her and another girl, roughly her age, maybe a year's difference between them. She has plain brown hair, just loosely drifting past her shoulders, simple brown eyes, very average sort of looking person. And there's a slight banal tone to her, but no more than most regular humans, just maybe slightly elevated. It's
So
only
much
really
fun.
noticeable because she's standing next to a troll. But they're both smiling when they open, and Madeline immediately grins. It's really good to see you, Oscar. How's it going?
Good to see you too. And I'll hold up my hand with the bandage on it. Hello. It's an honor to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you, and I'll extend my other hand to her girlfriend.
She holds her hand out. Leah, it's very good to meet you as well.
Yeah. I'm just here to pick something up, and I'll get out of your way. We're still on for dinner, though. Yes.
They both nod.
Good.
And no offense, it just seems like you're here for more than just talking.
No. I don't know how much you've been told, Leah, but things are not the best right now. So I just need something to inspire some people with, and Madeline here, and I'll kind of ruffle her hair.
I wish you could do that for my dad.
Yeah.
He doesn't have as much fun anymore. It's kind of disappointing, you know?
Yeah, but don't let it kill your fun.
Oh no, it's just if he doesn't get re-involved in his life, I don't know. It just sort of
Hey.
feels like I don't want to talk to him anymore.
Hey, parents, and I don't say this from experience because I don't want children. But parenthood is not easy, Leah. And
No, but he's just actually different, though.
As much as he tries to be a good dad, and I can see you trying to be a good daughter, sometimes paths have to diverge so they can come back. Just keep following your path.
He used to play baseball with his friends.
And what happened?
He just got more involved in work, and it got less and less until he just stopped.
Oh. Maybe he just needs some time off.
That would be nice.
Time to find himself again.
If he doesn't, I'm probably just going to stop talking to him, to be honest.
That I don't want you to do. And I'll grab her hand with mine. And
she doesn't like flinch, but it's definitely like shock of stranger who I just met is grabbing my hand.
Yeah,
but
I have issues with boundaries, and I apologize. But I want you to know that I mean this when I say that don't cut him off. If you believe that he can find his way, then he will. People just need a push sometimes.
I'll keep your advice in mind. And she tries to squeeze back, but you're a troll, so she can't get anywhere near the same level of strength you could, but she's trying. Good to meet you, Oscar.
It's good to meet you too, Leo.
Excuse me, I have to use the bathroom. And she walks off, and Madeline looks back for a second. Smooth.
Yeah. I'm not here for her. Okay, give me the stick and grab a knife.
Yeah, that's what knife. And she just reaches fucking throat. She just reaches off to the side and pulls out the staff. Here you go.
Thank you.
And give me 1 second. Just any knife?
Any knife. I just need to cut myself.
Oscar, you can just bite yourself to make yourself bleed. You don't need a knife.
I don't know. That doesn't feel genuine.
And she heads back in, comes back a minute later with just what is clearly a hand-me-down kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Because the blade sort of goes like that, which means that it has been sharpened many generations through.
Yep.
And she hands it to you.
And then I'll put my bandaged hand palm up. Could I have your hand, Madeline?
She holds her right hand out.
Do the same thing that I did with Lady Amber. I put it so her hand is on top of mine, palm up, and then I'll use her other hand with the knife to kind of steadily cut a line into my other palm, and then put it on top of hers. I'll clap it closed, and I swear on the dreaming and Leah and her father as witnesses, I will bring this back to you. And I infuse that with glamour, so she feels the oath.
Yeah.
That is an oath, Madeline.
I know. And she grips your hand, and unlike her girlfriend, she is also a troll, so she can actually hold your hand. As she then bites her thumb, you see blood well up on the tip. She draws a heart on top of the back of your hand. I swear that if you die in that facility, I will drag your haunting corpse out of the grave you are buried in and beat the life back into you. Do you understand?
This feels very millennial, but yes.
And you feel the oath pulse from her as well. Same strength as the one you just made. So yeah, don't die. I don't want to have to assault my friend.
You clearly haven't learned to be wary with oaths, but thank you. And I'll put my hand on her face. The bandaged one, not the one that's just got cut. And no oath is necessary for me to tell you that I promise I will do everything I can for her father.
Honestly, the guy's an ass. Just make sure he doesn't die.
That's what I meant.
She doesn't know what you all are doing.
Good.
I haven't even enchanted her yet.
Good.
Sort of finding the right time.
No. That might be dinner.
Might have to be.
Yeah. Can you imagine 3 Kith throwing glamour into one human?
Apparently you can sometimes do too much, so I need to make sure not to do that.
Yeah. I'll keep my nose clean then and just let you and Marigold do it.
You know, your wife is a bit of a imp. A few times I've talked to her, she's just been very impish and catty. No offense to her. I mean it lovingly, but
impish and catty.
She's got a certain sharpness hidden under all the smiles.
I will bring it up to her.
If she's aware of it, maybe she can teach me how to do it a bit more.
No. The secret might be in the pancakes. And then I just kind of like gently punch her chin and be like, see you on the other side.
She leans into it a bit, so it actually makes the hit a bit harder than you intended, but at the same time, she's a troll. It was still a love tap.
No.
And she will hold out her hand for a handshake.
I'll bring her in for a hug instead.
She still makes sure to take your hand, hug, and then she pulls away. And it's warm, comforting. As she pulls away, nothing about her has changed, not physically. But there's suddenly a lot more experience behind her eyes. Wield the staff well. It does not listen to those unworthy.
Right. I hope I am worthy then.
Be certain with prudence, Sir Radari.
I see.
And she blinks, and there does not seem to be that same experience behind her eyes. All right, Oscar. Take care.
Yeah.
And she sort of like gives an awkward nod and then slowly shuts the door.
Yeah. Be there for her today, of all days.
And with that, I believe, does anyone else have any last minute prep? Fantastic. You all find yourselves in front of a large concrete structure. It is, you can't even call it industrialism because that at least has a style to it. This is intentionally the most bland building it could be. It has the Bellerophon logo in the front with a small, much smaller writing underneath that says owned in part by Pentex. And yeah, the surroundings are quiet. No, you all got here specifically on a day where there was as little staff traffic as possible. So at this current time, you are dealing with a skeleton crew. And the only thing barricading you at the moment is a set of automatic double doors.
I'll message Claire when we're close to the appointed time. How many are you? How many did you manage to convince?
My pack.
Very good. I'll look towards who has come to Baleferon. Oscar,
Mhm.
Honey Badger Swift. Vray, were you staying with S or were you coming?
I was staying with us.
And Ace?
I think Ace is going. Ace is like the least fighter-like though. So, well, never mind. Ace is a Clericon. Ace is gonna go.
That's
Correct.
fair. That is fair.
Ace just isn't a good fighter.
Clericons don't have to be good fighters. They just have to love fighting, which is its whole own skill set. As well as roughly 30 commoners.
Shit.
Beautiful.
There's even a couple nobles among the ranks.
Oh.
No Arcadian she. The few she that are here are autumn she.
Well, okay. I know people want to go by the book, okay?
Yeah, do me and Honey recognize any of the nobles that showed up?
Yeah. You both recognize some of the nobles. They're not nobles that make waves per se, but they're in court. They're around. There's far less autumn she than there are Arcadian in Denver.
Motion to Honey, Oscar, and Ace. All right. We're going to be as quick as we can, but I think outside we need to start a riot, don't you?
Something to get attention.
Sure.
And Embra will look towards the crowd that we've now gathered, and she will use the ability Enkindle, which is another summer power, of course.
And Kindle's the one that heightens current emotion, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure that will be...
becomes seething resentment. Anger becomes full-blown rage.
Oh shit, there isn't even really a roll.
Yeah, just heightens emotion.
Summer is so weird.
I know.
The power, not the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone was already sort of buzzing Embra, but now they're actively vibrating.
Embra will draw her sword off of her back. And she will yell to the crowd, "Riot! Burn it! To the ground!"
There is no pause. There is just a charge through the front doors.
All right. Make sure that Claire's group is with us.
They are not.
Oh, they're not here yet.
No.
Shit. Oh, I thought we would start when they all got here. Fair enough.
You could text her and see where they're at.
All right, I will do so. Where are you at? The party's starting.
In transit.
All right, well, if they're starting to burn it,
let's go.
Let's go.
And as you all enter, you can already see that the commoners, while enraged, still have enough tactics to split up into strike groups, and they have gone down different hallways. You see that there may have been a person behind a desk, but now you just see starting to finally slow down to a stop desk chair. But there's no one sitting behind it because a crowd just ran through the door screaming.
As we pass all the cameras, I'm just going to smash them with the staff.
Exactly.
Just like spear them.
Okay. And as the four of you walk down this hall, the information you all have gotten is true. Skeleton crew, there's barely anyone here.
And S would have given you all the codes and stuff that she got.
Yes.
I assumed.
Good.
Hey, Ace.
Yeah,
Feels similar?
I can imagine. Probably
No.
feels worse.
No. Remember we walked in? No one was there.
The whole city's felt that way.
It's worse here. And it's skeleton crew. Who's to say that they aren't mirroring what's going on in court? Just doesn't feel right. Feels worse. A lot worse.
Way out is through.
Okay.
I got your back.
As the four of you turn a corner, you do see an employee. You can only tell because on the janitor's uniform is a Bellerophon label. He's a simple, somewhat pale, skinny guy. General scruff around his face.
Clock out and go home.
Out of the way.
And as he looks up, you all now notice the odd thing about him.
Oh, shit.
As his gaze falls upon you, could you all please roll your permanent glamour?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad
That's
I
new.
made myself some good ass glamour. 2, 4, 6, 7. Difficulty?
Standard.
Okay.
In this case,
That's
True.
a failure.
Oh, wow.
okay.
Oh, no. 2.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got all of them but 1, so still 6.
Only those with no successes or a complete botch suffer this. As his gaze falls on you, you all can notice it. It's not just a bit of banality. It's not the surrounding banality. It's something that you genuinely didn't think banality could do. It was directed straight at you all. And you can also tell that this man, banality has become so familiar with him, to you, he's almost in grayscale. And he's just holding him up and looking at you so far. He hasn't done or said anything. Are you visitors or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
We
Something
are.
like that.
Any reason
Yeah.
you were yelling at me earlier?
Wanted you to move so you didn't get hurt.
Yeah, but you didn't have to shout, and you shouldn't
didn't
run
shout.
here anyways. This is a wet
It's
floor.
okay.
Could you all please roll me glamour again? Same
No.
difficulty.
So
Oh,
I started
God.
to say this.
Stop
Ace is
talking
gonna
to
walk
him.
up to him
Yep.
and just punch him in the head.
Okay.
Try
One
and knock him out.
Hey,
you.
one quick thing with that, Ace. I will happily let you do that roll. In fact, do so now. Diff 6. He is not someone who knows how to dodge a punch. He's a janitor.
Yeah.
But as you get close to him,
Oh,
you don't get a roll for this. You just get another temp banality.
Okay, so I did get a tip earlier. I missed you actually saying that. I was gonna
Yeah,
ask in
sorry.
the chat.
Sorry, I should have said those with failures gain a temp banality.
What happens
And
when your
then-
temp matches your permanent?
It converts down and unfills the track and then adds one to the permanent.
Got it.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
not
don't,
there yet.
Don't get 10 temp banality, folks.
Oh, so it's when it gets a 10, it converts to a permanent. Got it.
It's similar to a thing with Wraith, I believe.
So that is 3 successes, 2 of which were 10s.
All right. Crack. And you guys hear the collapse of a mop and a man. And Ace, you can also tell, even unconscious, he's still radiating banality, so it may be a smart idea to back away from.
Oh, quickly, like just keeps walking.
And
Ace wants to get out of
you,
here as soon as possible.
Congrats, you all have survived the first autumn person of the campaign.
Oh.
Because of
Ugh.
course an autumn person would work here. This place thrives on banality.
No.
The worst is he probably didn't even know he was doing it to you all.
As we walk by him, I'll try to shield Embra and Honey from him. So I'll kind of like keep them behind me and just shimmy.
Embra, for you, this place already is suffocating.
Yeah.
Getting near him is like walking past a slightly cracked like core of a nuclear reactor.
Yep.
Feel it. Intensity of nothingness across your face.
Oh, God. Horrifying.
In fact, Embra, how about you for the environment, not for him, but for the
Okay.
environment, please roll glamour.
All right. That is 7 dice. Let's roll it. Do ones take away?
Yes.
No successes.
And yeah, you get past the autumn person, but further down the hall, there's suddenly not a pulse because that requires sensation, but the banality hits you all the same. Enjoy your 2 points of temp banality. Embra, while not looking awful, does look pale.
Let's get the hell out of here as fast as possible.
Dari, protect her. Don't worry about me.
Keep your wits about you.
I already have them.
At the end of this hall, you all come to an elevator. Slightly bigger than what a regular commercial elevator would be, probably to help haul equipment. But it looks very similar to a story that a goat told when he went through this place.
Is there music playing in the elevator?
Oh, so you're going into the elevator then?
Yeah.
Okay. There is.
Oh, no.
Girl from Ipanema?
Before we enter the elevator, can I have Ember use a hardened heart on herself in order to try and resist this?
Sure. You don't even have to roll. Sure. We'll see what that does.
Okay.
As I step in, I just point up. It's one of those.
Most uninspiring music.
Oddly enough, though, Ravnos, I am going to take your suggestion. It is Girl from Ipanema, but done through, the chimes. That is an instrument only ever heard in elevator music.
A Casio 3800.
Yeah. And all the notes for the lyrics are also just tones because they can't afford a singer.
Correct.
Ace looks at Oscar and says, if you don't punch that and break it, I'm going to punch you.
I don't know where it comes from.
There's a speaker.
And he just takes her axe and throws it right, it just punches right through it. She doesn't even think about it. She just does it. Better?
Thank you. Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Could have just tuned it out.
And the door's shut. Do you all hit buttons to head down?
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you hear, pardon me. As you guys turn and see, tucked in the corner of the elevator, a little bit concerned, is a young woman, early 20s. She has simple sort of blonde hair, pale grayish eyes, a little bit pale in skin tone, like she doesn't get out much. And the oddest part of it all, she's glamorous. But there is no way in hell that this is a Kithane, because Kithane would have a seeming. But even dreamers aren't like this. She's more glamorous than a dreamer.
Were you not going down?
No, I was, but then you walked in and broke the speaker.
They couldn't play decent music.
Who are you people?
Don't worry about it.
Exterminators.
Who are you?
Oh,
That's a rough one.
Poor thing.
oh, dear God. Folks, if you ever want to know what it's like to get run over by Blucifer, please just get sick. You'll figure it out.
Closest thing.
Not wrong.
My name is Dora Rallis.
Hi, Dora. And I'll extend my hand out. Oscar.
She hesitates, but then shakes back.
What's up?
You have clearance to go down here?
I do. I just don't think you
Thanks.
all do.
We do now.
Doesn't matter.
We're riding with you, Doris.
Am I being held hostage
No.
No.
so I can leave?
No.
Ace hits the open. Oh. Okay. Ace starts to hit the open door button, then y'all say that. It's like, okay, I guess not.
How long have you been working here?
I joined with Dr. Cassius some time ago. Just,
Cool.
you know. And the doors ding. And you see two men, not so much in suits, but more formal security wear. And they don't have guns drawn, but you can see pistols on their hips, as well as like tasers, mace, the whole suppression kit.
Dragon's Ire.
Ace is also gonna say to them, like, hey, watch out, your partner's gonna hit you, and use fighting words.
Let's go.
Nice.
Do I still have my aphrodisia up? Or my enkindled, excuse me.
Outside you do.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
If you want to maintain it. Well, actually, no, you don't need to focus on maintaining it. It'll just fade on its own. But
Yeah, that's what I figured.
okay. No rules necessary for any of it. As one of the guards suddenly, what? You son of a bitch! Crack right into the guy's like face. And at the same time, honey, you were throwing up some dragon's ire.
Yeah, I'm gonna do dragon skills to protect me because I was gonna actually go launch at them if need be. But if they're fighting, she's gonna just hold that motion and she'll go and she'll take point.
Okay. And the scales form just fine. Oddly enough, for how banal it is, you guys are able to force through it a bit.
Oh.
And Dora now looks utterly horrified at her coworkers, now tussling on the ground and beating the crap out of each other.
You got
This
an
isn't a
HR
safe
issue.
place. It's not safe.
Yeah.
We're doing you a favor, really.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the lowest floor? Or is there other floors that are lower than us?
No, these are where the holding cells are.
How many do
Good,
you
take
have
us to
held
it.
here?
Let's go.
So you know what this place does.
It tries to help.
It doesn't.
Bullshit. Let's go.
You're not
I
helping.
don't have time.
Shoving her forward.
Yeah, just be nice. She hasn't hit us yet.
She works here.
Doesn't matter. Still have to be kind.
Tries to help.
She's no different. We'll make her understand later. And I will kind of gently put her arm underneath the other girl and say, let's take a walk. And she will have her lead. And she'll kind of look over at Emery going, your friend's coming?
Who amongst you has the most dots in perception empathy?
I have 5.
Yeah, I have 5. and I have small changes as specialty and perception.
Okay.
I've got 5.
I only have 4.
Well, then you all would notice it because she's trying really hard, but it's not quite there. She's crying. She's doing really well to hide it, but you can tell that she's scared.
That's why Honey's trying to be
All right.
nice.
Do we need her?
Everybody give her space.
The tears did not start, Honey, until you got close.
It's fine.
No, everybody give her space.
Do we need her with us? Honestly,
She
We
knows
don't
where they're
know.
being held.
We don't know.
would it make you feel better if we just like stuck you in a room and locked it, and we're nowhere near you?
I don't know what you're doing here.
We're getting
We're
all
saving our friends.
Exactly.
We're
You've
helping
taken
our
them.
friends.
Against their will.
They don't want to be here.
And they won't be anymore. So you're going to help us open their cells. Got it?
You know, I'm not going to hurt you. No one's going to hurt you. We just need you to help.
We
As
can't
long
leave
as you
you.
don't hurt us.
We
or
can
try
leave you
to
in a
hurt
room,
us.
just like Ace said.
It's for the best. I'll help.
Good.
Cool.
Come along.
When's your friends coming?
Ember, I think Honey was asking you something there.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
When's your friends coming?
Check phone. Have they arrived?
As you check your phone, you get a text. Here, where do you want us to come in?
Through the front. As much damage as possible. Don't kill anyone unless absolutely necessary.
It was an ellipses and then it stopped. And then you immediately get, don't kill, ? And then a fine. And then through the layers of concrete, you will still hear above a horrendous tearing of metal as something gets broken upstairs.
Cool.
We have our distraction.
Let's get going.
Dora, you hear that? You're safer down here with us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's she looks pale. Like she's got the brave face on, but now it's gone from tears to just pale.
Yeah,
don't
let's
have
walk and
time.
talk.
Here.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
You all follow down the corridors. There's not many on this floor. It's far less spacious than the above facility. But you do start to see where liberties were taken, fluorescent lighting to replace more natural colors, cold gray walls.
Yeah.
And then it just transitions from gray walls to cells with glass fronts with holes drilled through them.
Open them. All of them.
Treated them like animals.
You said they're glass, right?
Glass. They look like strong glass, but glass.
Honey just starts hitting, breaking the glass. Fuck it. I don't have
Oscar,
time for this shit.
the first thing you see as Honey begins wailing on this cage is someone you haven't seen in months. She's barely a troll.
Charlotte.
Skin only blue in the ways that someone who might be a little cold is. Her horns seem dull and unimpressive. It's Charlotte.
Dora, who did this to her?
She was...
You don't know what she was. Who did this to her?
She was the first patient. And she came here by herself.
Willingly.
She said she had some guilt and shame to work through.
Not like this.
She could have been ordered.
Dora, please open the cages for us.
She nods and goes about inputting a code. You will also see a keypad with the numbers 1, 2, 9 plus 0. And the length seems to be from a code that Esmeralda provided you all earlier today.
Knowing the code, we'll start moving down, opening cells.
And you can
Getting people
begin
out.
to hear things powering down, certain things shutting off.
I'll slide into Charlotte's cell and help her up.
She moves, but she's not responding to anything. You can almost feel the banality leaking off of her a bit.
I owe it to her to suffer through it.
And as you step out of the cell with her, I believe that's where we will end this episode of Stained Glass. As always, I do want to thank my lovely cast for all the wonderful work that they are doing. And I know that this episode especially has been something of a roller coaster. So I want to thank you all for that as well. And lastly, thank you for ignoring the fact that your ST is currently a bit of a plague victim. He didn't intend to get sick, just happened.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight for this session of Changeling the Dreaming. Do join us on the Discord. That is where we hang out when we are not streaming games. And we have an amazing community there. Also, it is where we post our casting calls for open seats at tables that we have. And right now there is an open ongoing casting call for guests for London Esoteric Society. It's a Call of Cthulhu 7E stream that runs on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, run by our amazing European GM, Dr. Tiss. So if you like Call of Cthulhu and want to play, you need to be on the Discord to apply. And also, we occasionally do some Zoom hangouts with our community there on Discord. And when we are not streaming on Fridays and Saturday evenings, which we presently are, but when we get a break from those games, we'll be doing some more Zoom hangouts. So you need to be part of the Discord to join us and just socialize a bit. If you want to check out back episodes of this stream, you can go to our YouTube channel. That link is in chat now. And on the McStabber Studios channel, we have over 5 years of content, various World of Darkness splats, and other TTRPGs for your viewing enjoyment. And also, there's the London Esoteric Society YouTube, where Tiss posts all of her content. She's got D&D 5e, Call of Cthulhu, and 7th Sea, and other things too. So do check her out. And of course, we have amazing friends that also stream. Junie Von Esch, what you got going on?
Insanity. It's all insanity. I turn around and I turn around and joke yarn. Why? It's cute. It's fantastic. It also keeps me out of jail. It's great. Anyhow, I do a lot of that. I game once in a while. And when I make cute things like this, it's for usually games, kind of like when I'm on Will's channel or the Ravenous Archon.
All right. And Ravenous Archon, what you got going on?
Hi, everybody. I got one more episode of Wanderhome to end our mini-series before starting our original schedule of Vampire 5th edition on Mondays. Tuesdays is going to be for Werewolf of the Wild West or Scion, 1st edition. And then Thursday is going to be for Legend of the Five Rings or 7th Sea. And then you can catch me here every Wednesday as I've infiltrated every single World of Darkness splat that they run here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. And then Mischievous Red, what you got going on?
Hi, yeah, I stream on my own channel sometimes at Mischievous Red, typically on Sundays, and there we do a variety of creative endeavors. But we'll see whatever I get up to. The timing isn't set, but you can tell it when I or any of the other friends go live by joining the Discord.
That's right, because we do support our friends and announce their streams as well. So go check her out there. And of course, we also have Re-Rolls. He runs TTRPGs on his own channel, as well as playing in some of our games. And he is going to, right now, his channel's on a little bit of a hiatus break, but they are returning in March with a new D&D campaign. So do check that out. And then DM Daddy RPG is where you can find Jen of Thieves. She is currently playing Sunday Booth in our Kansas City Chronicle on Fridays, and she was in my Monster of the Month cereal game. So you've seen her in streams here. Go check her out on DM Daddy RPG, where she plays and runs games over there. So that's our friends. Give them some love from the McStabbers. And if you would like to get studio merch, you can go to the Zazzle link in chat right now. Just make sure you are signed into Zazzle, because some of our merch is required to be adult rated. So if you are not signed in, you won't be able to see it. But if you sign in, you get age verified and you are able to see it. So do check that out, because we've got some amazing merch, including our Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. So you need to be signed in for that. And also, if you would like to support this amazing cast here, you need to do so by showing us your biddies. Okay? They sparkle with glamour. Show your biddies. Okay? Give Honey some glamour, y'all.
Honey hurting, y'all. Honey hurting real bad.
Yeah. And of course, if you would like to support the studio, you can do so by subscribing here on Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime, you get one free Prime subscription a month. You might consider giving that to us. And if you would like to support us without allowing Twitch to be a horrible pimp and take half, you can do so by buying Mama a coffee. Go to our coffee page, our KoFi page, give a donation there. 100% basically goes to us from that. So yeah, those are ways you can financially support us. Of course, if you are tight, which we know everybody is right now, world's on fire, economies suck, we get it. Literally, you can do so for free by going to our YouTube channels, subscribing, which is free on YouTube. And then as you watch content, make sure you hit the like button and post a comment. If you do both, that actually boosts our engagement in the YouTube search algorithm, which is a free way to boost us. Yeah. And we do engage with comments. If you have questions, we answer them. If you post something, we will react to it. So, yeah. And literally, that's the best way you can do support for free. And of course, tuning in here on Twitch is also a free way to support us. So we appreciate those that do that. Coming up over the next week, we have Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Kansas City, A Domain Divided. That is run by Shanky. And yeah, the Sabbat War is in full swing, and it's just a mess. It's a mess, y'all. So join us 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. And then on Saturday, we have Call of Cthulhu 7E, London Esoteric Society at 3 p.m. Eastern, because Tiss is back with her crew of investigators doing all this sus-ass shit that they shouldn't be doing in 1907 in the London area. So yeah, it's a mess, and it's chaotic, and it's fun. So tune in for that. And then at 8 p.m. on Saturday, Junie is here running Chicago Hidden City, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 game set in 2010. So yeah, that's a double feature on Saturday. And then we'll be back here Wednesday for the conclusion of this rescue mission, and then the triage afterwards.
That'd be fun.
Woo!
Well, okay.
Let's see if
Fun
S
for me.
can rapture again.
We shall see.
I mean, you know, poor Vincent, that poor guy, he's dating a muse. He can't help but be inspired.
Oh, like he's going to be complaining about all the free glamour.
I know, right? Yeah. So that's what we have coming up over the week. And lastly, please take care of yourself, y'all. As I said before, the world's on fire, economies suck, everything is just a fucking mess. Make sure that you're taking care of your mental well-being. It is very important. Take time for self-care. Rest when you need rest. Take time for you. And if you are currently in crisis, I want you to know that there are people out there that want to help you. Okay? They want to help you. Right now in chat, there is a list of organizations you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get that help. Please utilize those if you need them. And if you are not in Twitch chat to see this as we are posting it, you or those organizations do not suit your needs, or you are outside of the US, please go to findahelpline.com. That site covers over 140 countries. You can search by your location and find the crisis support available to you in your area. Please get help if you need it, because it is available to you. Okay? And it's people that just want to help you. For real. And I'm Mom McStabber, I'm a registered nurse. Please take care of your physical well-being too. Okay? They work together, the mind and the body. So please take care of your physical well-being, get your vaccines, get your damn shots, as Brad would say, and literally take your meds, drink your water, get some sunshine when you can, get your physicals and checkups when you need them, because you need to take care of your body and your mind. Make sure that you can be around as long as you can, as well as you can. Okay? Because we need good people to make it through all this bullshit. We do. Okay? And lastly, I'm going to say, if you contributed to the bullshit by electing, voting for the bullshit, fuck off. Fuck off. Because everybody gets to suffer now. Because of you. Yeah. So, for the rest of us, we'll get through it together, y'all. Said with all sincerity, y'all have a good night.